It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Game one of the NBA season. A time of hope. A time of optimism.
There's that word again.
You know what? That was so, I don't know, it was so deep and it was so heartfelt the way I delivered it, I thought. I almost can't go on.
I'm just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Oh, well, let's move on. Kenny's here. Shaq is here.
Are you a rabbit?
Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And what a joy to behold opening night of a new NBA season. A fresh start for everybody, including us. Shaq, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, some of the almost teams that couldn't get over the hump last year, I'm interested already to see if they've taken that next step. It's always interesting to see the young players and how they develop during the offseason. Were you partying or were you practicing?
Ooh, I like the party practice thing, the P or the P. But I'll tell you what, this is the time of optimism. Everyone says it's a fresh start at 0-0. We should all be in the mix, but that's not reality. But I like the optimism right now. Fantastic.
Yeah. Opening night, fresh start. Have you lost weight?
Yes, I have.
You look tremendous.
I really have. Thank you, Ernest.
Shaq, just a physical specimen. That's all I can say.
Is that a low blow, Ernie?
It was not, as a matter of fact. You look great. It's been,
really,
you know, we had an off season, and here we are, and you look like you're in game shape.
Because I'm really optimistic about the question. Oh, you throw a big word, I throw a big word. Optimism, optimistic. It don't matter. It's still a big word.
That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you so much for joining us. You do. You look great.
And yes, Ernie, I lost 2 pounds over the whole summer.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. It's Western Conference NBA action, the Memphis Grizzlies here at home. Always excited for starting out the new season right, and they find themselves playing against Minnesota. This team matched up so well during the regular season last year, splitting their 4 games. This should be a terrific battle.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. A high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins of the 2 and the 3. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's done in at the 1 spot. And opening night, Smitty, always a lot of excitement for the fans. As a player, does it feel a little different than any other regular season game?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you're excited. You get a chance to have new teammates, new logos, new branding. And the one thing is all 30 teams feel they can win a championship just on opening night.
It all begins brand new, doesn't it?
Yes.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Conley into the lane. Knocked away. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. The 11-footer. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his first basket.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
I don't know what I like better. The steal that started it off or the instant offense.
Now, here's Dunn after the Marcus Holmes. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Dunn.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
He may be ready to throw down the gauntlet in this game, just attacking the basket early on.
Now here's Conley. He dishes it to Allen. Here's Randolph, and he drops it in from the low post. Randolph's got his first bucket of the night.
Even when the defense all over him, Zach Randolph is just too powerful. He has all the answers.
Wiggins kicks to Towns. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
It's not often you see that kind of mental lapse. He just lost track of where he was.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Conley inside the line. That shot no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Here's Garnett. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And that's the shot he has to take.
You just can't pass up wide open looks. You must shoot it.
It's good.
I like seeing the activity from Tony Allen down low. No one scares this guy, even when he's taking it amongst the trees.
Now here's Dunn, defended by Allen. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Drills the three-pointer. Wiggins has got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here is Conley, and the pass to Allen. Here's Randolph. That's short off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Kick out to Levine. Back to Garnett, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And now a moment to see the stats for Conley. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 15 points a game last season. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
Now here's Allen. Inside. Here's Gasol. Plays it up and banks it in.
Gasol is a total pro at running these pick and rolls the right way. As soon as the pick is set, he is rolling hard to the cup.
Allen against Levine. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. There's the feed to Gasol to the inside. Here's Parsons, and stolen by Wiggins. Garnett kicks to Dunn. Here's Towns, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
Allen kicks to Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Back to Allen. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Kicks to Dunn. Pass to Garnett. Lets it go. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You have to respect the continuity and consistency of the Grizzlies. Since the beginning of the grit and grind era, 6 consecutive playoff appearances. That's second longest streak in the league, only to the San Antonio Spurs.
Now Towns. Following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Feeds away. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Towns.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now here's Conley. He started close. Randolph against Garnett. Randolph passes to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. They get it back. They shoot again. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Towns.
What I like about Marc Gasol, you get everything. Scoring, passing, block shots, rebounding. He's the total package. Marc Gasol offensively so gifted. Comfortable on the low block, at the elbow, shooting a jump shot, and also passing the basketball.
The first one falls. And Steve, you mentioned Gasol's passing. 2 seasons ago, he was second among centers in assists.
I mean, he is one of the best in the business because he can see the play develop early. He can shoot the basketball, but he loves making those zip passes through the lane.
And so Gasol nails them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Dunn dishes to Levine. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
They're beginning to put it all together, in my opinion, and take control of this game.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Well, you take a look at Chris Dunn out of Providence. It's easy to see what talent evaluators see in this young man.
6'4", long arms, strength, blinding quickness. He is an NBA athlete and then some. In a draft year that was light on point guards, you knew he'd be one of the first to hear his name called.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
You know what? You constantly have to be making adjustments in this league if you want to stay on your game.
Porky Dames checked in for Kevin Garnett. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for the Timberwolves.
Well, you love to see your front court that really is so gifted with the ball. Great vision, court awareness. They have been a major part of the offensive flow in this game, and what a luxury to have bigs that can pass.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Levine. 3-on-3. Here's Towns, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And finished off by Parsons.
Parsons can go down and flush it on you if you let him. He has some sneaky hops.
Timberwolves leading by 10. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I was able to talk with David Fizdale for just a moment. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, thanks. And guys, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
I really do. I think they're such a hard team to generate offense against. That has to be where they devote most of their attention.
Their attention has to be spacing. Right now on the offensive end, they're too jammed up to be able to score the basketball. Clear it out a little bit. Give some offensive room.
Now, here's Dunn after the Marcus Gasol miss. Wiggins outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Dang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Jang's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Randolph can't hit.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
Levine can't hit.
He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
Conley gets the bucket.
Mike Conley so quick with his shot. He's a threat to score as soon as he touches the ball.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Dunn kicks to Towns. To the middle. Jang, no luck.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
A shot by Randolph. Nobody around. That doesn't go either for Randolph.
Look, he's doing everything he can to get out of this funk. Just been a rough quarter shooting the basketball.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now here's Conley. Gasol a screen. Conley the pass to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Looks for Randolph. Gets it to him. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
What control by Randolph. A true legend at getting the hoop plus the harm.
Some changes for Memphis. White, he's checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Parsons. And it's Ennis in for Allen. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Towns. Rush comes in for Wiggins. Muhammad, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dunn. And here are the Grizzlies now after the basket by Minnesota. Ennis dishes to Conley. Rush with the steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Hill. From down in the low post, it goes. Hill's got his first points of the game.
It's taken them no time to build this lead. A great first quarter offensively.
And who needs to warm up? They didn't.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Well, for so long, you always heard the old saying, you live by the three, you die by the three. The team shooting more three-point shots now, Smitty, than ever. Is it time to retire that cliche and say, you know, well, it's part of the game. That's a standard in the game.
You know, Kevin, no. I think the Warriors just have an asterisk. That's it, because they won the championship.
It's so good.
They won the championship, and if they keep winning, you'll keep saying Warriors. But if you don't win the championship, yes, you keep shooting the three ball, but you might want to find a way to hit some twos because everybody can't shoot it like the Warriors.
Something that has really helped the Wolves in their rebuild has been having a veteran presence on the roster, Greg, to show the young stars how to properly approach the game.
Yeah, and the biggest is future Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett as far as teaching those youngsters. Lets them know what it takes to be not only successful, but to be a consummate pro in the NBA.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Memphis.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Rubio. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 10 points a game, 8 assists, and just over 2 steals. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
Here is Conley. Passes it to Carter. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Hill. Here's Muhammad. Oh, and the jam by Muhammad.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia slam cam replay.
Whenever a guy is open, Conley will find him. He has a talent for getting the ball to his guys quickly.
Right against Jang. Back to Rubio. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard. And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Now here's Muhammad following the miss by Michael Conley. Now here's Muhammad guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hill, and again it's Minnesota converting.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Ennis kicks to right. 1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. To the middle. Here's Carter. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. Kicks it out to Rubio. Back to Muhammad. Shoots from 12. Here's Hill. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Hill's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
You know, Jermichael Green is extremely gifted down low. A solid post threat who can get the job done down there.
And Rubio kicks to Zhang. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 10 points for him.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Now here is Conley. From deep three-point range. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Timberwolves lead by 16. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
We feel like we're a team that's had to go through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of things that's set us back. You know, we feel like we can be just as good as anybody else, and why not us?
Defense really their identity. That's how they win. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
Well, they dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
They've been super aggressive on that end, and they've been rewarded for it so far. Let's see if they'll be able to maintain this for the rest of the game.
Green is out there with Brandon Wright, and there's Carter. And it's Conley, and it's Daniels in at the two-guard spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 16.
Brandon Wright, a Tennessee native. Throughout his career, he's had some knee injuries, but he's one of those guys that at times can wow you with his athleticism. Very good of offensive rebounding and has a good knack of being able to find the basketball.
Here's Rubio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Dang. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7. And Brandon Wright, an outstanding finisher around the basket. Terrific in the screen rolls.
Long arms and a soft touch. One of those guys, as you see him, he grabs everything, he catches everything, and he finishes well over the top.
Timberwolves leading by 13. And Rubio kicks to Payne. Back to Rubio. Dishes it to Wiggins. Green with the rebound. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Back to Conley. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Conley.
Like seeing Mike Conley get busy from beyond the arc. When he has space to pull up, he fires the threes.
And Zhang kicks to Rubio. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Kicks it out to Rubio. He tries for 3, trains the three-pointer. Rubio's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Carter outside. Up top right. Here is Daniels, covered by Wiggins. Daniels passes to Green. Feeds it to Conley. That one goes in. Conley's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rubio outside. Pass to Payne. Wiggins outside. Dish now to Muhammad. He feeds it to Payne. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. Now a timeout called by Memphis. And you look at the Grizzlies organization, a change in ownership back in 2012, a shakeup in the front office in 2014. Steve, there's been more continuity on the court than off the floor.
Yeah, the head coaching position changed as well, despite the great job done. Hopefully they can sustain that foundation.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Definitely. He saw some stuff he didn't like out there, and I think taking this time to calm his guys down is the right call.
Some changes here for the Grizzlies. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Wright. Randolph comes in for Jermichael Green, and Parsons subbed in for Carter. Minnesota also making some changes. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Zach LaVine comes in for Muhammad, and it's done in for Ricky Rubio. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Gasol.
When Gasol feels the D playing off him, he has no problem going right up with the shot. Great confidence from the big man.
Now here's Towns. 9 points in the game so far. Payne can't hit. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Right side, Randolph. Conley with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And stolen by Dunn. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And that's his third foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Allen's checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
All right, a moment to check out stats for LaVine. How he did last season. Last year averaged 14 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 8. They get a hand on it. Here is Daniels, guarded by LaVine. Daniels, no good. Timberwolves leading by 13, and Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Now that was a miscue, but I like the poise they played with so far, valuing each possession.
Daniels with it. Nobody near Parsons. And another miss by Memphis. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Wiggins kicks to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Daniels kicks to Gasol. No good off the back of the rim.
He just looks uncomfortable offensively, really over the course of the whole game, and it's killing his team.
And that one drops for him.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
They love playing the role of the bad guys. Come in here and just land the smack down in front of a hostile crowd.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Chandler Parsons returning from that hybrid microfracture knee surgery to start last season. That doesn't sound very good, does it, partner? But they said the injury was in the best possible spot. And, you know, while he was on a minutes limitation for a while, he bounced back nicely and it only got stronger as the season wore on. It's really good to see this young man flourishing out on the floor because he is going to be very valuable to the success for this team.
Now here's Towns. 12 points for him. Levine dishes to Towns. Down low, here's Payne. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Randolph. And Parsons, a player who had logged heavy minutes with his time with the Houston Rockets last season for the first time, playing under a minutes restriction.
Yeah, and that was in the past, but he's proven his value. He's a guy you want to keep healthy and on the floor.
That one drops for him. And it's 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Now here's Dunn following the miss by Chandler Parsons. And Towns gets it to go.
And this team is here largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
Daniels kicks to Allen. That's tipped. Out to the right wing. Here's Gasol. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Come on, shoot! And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. He kicks it to Payne. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 4 assists now tonight.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here's Randolph. He's got 5. Count that one. And that's 10 points for Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol is a workhorse down deep, just rising up and throwing it down.
Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Daniels. Kick out to Levine. Here's Dunn. Off target from three-point range. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Grizzlies are starting to show their age a little bit. Last season was an example of that, but they still have that throwback style of play that's hard to gauge. Marc Gasol said, the game is evolving, and we as players and as a team have to evolve. We have to change things and adjust. We need tweaks and counters from game to game and year to year. Kevin?
All right, DA, they know they needed more shooting. Now here's Towns. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Levine can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Daniels buries the 20-footer. Daniels has got 5 now.
Well, you leave a guy that open with Parsons on the floor, and you know he's going to find him.
Towns against Gasol. Now here's Towns. Defense right on him. Count the basket.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now Daniels. He has 5. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Wiggins kicks to Towns. Some solid defense from Randolph.
That was a huge face-off at the rim. 2 great competitors. Defense took it.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. In 4th, the Timberwolves.
In today's game, you have to capitalize on every chance you get at the strike. And this is a team that takes pride in their performance from the line.
Bring the play in.
Parsons against Wiggins. Memphis moving it around. Right side Gasol. Parsons on the wing.
I tell you what, he has gone stone cold here to start this quarter.
Levine passes to Payne. Back to Levine. 5 on the clock. The tray. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Incredible. He was shooting the ball with good rhythm in the first quarter. Now he's just unconscious.
And if you're a Timberwolves fan, you have got to be ecstatic about the future of this team. I mean, as good a young talent as we have in our league, good cap space flexibility, and just a lot of positives moving forward.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Daniels. And then for Minnesota, Hill, he's checked in for Adrian Payne. And it's Rush in for Wiggins. Allen outside. He dishes it to Parsons. The Grizzlies with another miss. And those reasons you mentioned for the Timberwolves are why some see this team developing into a powerhouse, maybe in the near future.
And for a franchise that has been near the bottom for so long, having hope like this is a good thing. Nobody can question the love Minnesota has for their team. Have yet to win a title, but this could be the core that someday does it all.
Here's Levine.
Goodness. Terrific. It's as if the defense just let him go.
I think, you know what? He sniffed out the opportunity on the break. That's called cherry picking.
Allen kicks to Ennis. It's stolen by Hill. And here's Towns. 18 points for him. Here's Dunn. No good on the triple. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Allen kicks to Randall. The pass to Ennis. Shot to end this cold run, and the shot is good.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. White, he's checked in for Gasol. Jermichael Green comes in for Zach Randolph. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Parsons. And it's Mike Conley in for Tony Allen. Minnesota also making some changes. Gorky Dangs checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Muhammad comes in for Levine. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dunn. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 6 points for Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Now here's Ennis. Muhammad covering. Muhammad with the steal. And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. Offensive rebound. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got 5 points in the quarter.
Gotta love how he did give up on the glass, and because of that effort, he comes up with the putback on the offensive rebound.
Ball's knocked loose, and that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession.
Get open, get open!
Outside, Green. Carter dishes to Conley. Got a piece of it, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that, and come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaq and Kenny. And an exciting time of the year as one of the first games of the regular season is halfway through. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 18 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
That, sadly, wraps up the halftime show. The third quarter set to begin in just a few. We'll see you right here, though, after the game, so you have that to look forward to.
Kenny had so much more to say.
We're back with you here in Memphis, Tennessee. A gorgeous look at the skyline here in the birthplace of rock and roll. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
Just awesome on-court awareness, knowing when to take it to the hole as well as dish it out. That's why he is such a crucial member to this team.
And the league trend is towards more up-tempo basketball. Steve, do you prefer a fast-breaking style or a more methodical, thoughtful half-court approach?
You know, I think it's fun going up and down, playing fast, the tempo. But, you know, in the playoffs, it's still, no matter how fast you play, it kind of slows down. Reason why you know each other plays. You play each other over and over, so it starts to become a little methodical. You got to be able to do both.
What style did you think enhanced your game the most?
Well, I think a style that where you can get up and just create mismatches, play a little bit fast, but also understand the guys that's on your team can recognize mismatches very quickly.
Don't let the defense get set then.
Yeah, yes.
On the court for Minnesota, a high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins of the 2 and the 3. Garnett out there with Towns, and it's Dunn in at the point guard position. Good on the bucket. Dunn's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Timberwolves.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Conley for 3. It's not going to go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Now here is Conley. He's tightly guarded. Randolph gets to Conley. And he converts the layup. Conley's got 10.
Masterful control by Mike Conley, keeping his eyes on the rim and nailing the shot through contact.
Wiggins passes to Levine. Wiggins outside. The feed to Towns. Kicks it to Garnett. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Levine. Another shot. They grab their own miss. Towns. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
The free throw drops for Towns. One thing that sets Towns apart from the other big men, Greg, is just how well he can stretch the floor as a 7-footer.
And you like about Towns is that range, just how easy he shoots the basketball. I mean, looks very confident taking the few threes he did as a rookie. You have to respect his outside shot, which makes him a nightmare of a matchup.
Now Garnett, following the miss by Chandler Parsons from deep. Garnett dishes to Towns. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Exactly what he's trying to do. Take an opponent that's struggling to keep pace and just put them further in the rearview mirror.
And it's good for 2.
Gasol handles himself despite contact, just using his gigantic size to his advantage.
Back to Towns. To the inside. Here's Dunn. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Parsons outside to the paint. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Now here is Conley. He's got 10. Passes it to Gasol. Shot from 16. Connects. The jumper drops. Randolph's got 7 points.
And Randolph's skill in knocking down their mid-range jump shot is important to this team. Helps to have a big man with a jumper.
Wiggins kicks to Towns. Outside, Levine. Over to the wing. Dunn, wide open. He fires. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. 16 points for him.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, 2nd of the game.
Levine against Allen. Conley the pass to Randall. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Wiggins kicks to Levine from 13, and that one's good. Wiggins has got 4 points in the quarter. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, so tough to see when a player goes down with an injury like that.
Yeah, this one looks like it could be really bad. Hopefully we can get an update on this one pretty soon.
Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dishes it to Randolph. Minnesota with the rebound.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Garnett outside. Outside Levine. Shot from 16. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight.
His shot's been inconsistent tonight, but teammates are picking up the slack, keeping them ahead in the score.
Timberwolves on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Now here's Allen. Outside Conley. Lots of room. Offensive rebound. Randall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, over the years, Zach Randolph has proven to be the perfect leader. He commands respect, and he gets it from his teammates.
Memphis shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Gasol with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. Conley leading the charge.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
Great defense resulting to immediate points. Head up, and as soon as he gets it, the ball is gone.
Now here's Muhammad. Feeds it to Dunn. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
For Memphis, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Towns. Here's Garnett. And good that time.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass.
Now here's Conley. He's got 10. Allen dishes to Gasol. Takes the 13-footer. It doesn't go for him. And Minnesota will come the other way. Here's Dunn. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. Dunn's got 10 points here in the second half. Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Randolph a screen. Outside Gasol. Towns with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Dunn. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Dunn's got 23.
Can you believe this? The defense has no answers. He's been unconscious this quarter. David Fizdale gets a chance to get the Memphis job. He's been Spoelstra's lead assistant for a while. His name has been floating around in the coaching ranks for a long time. Happy to see him get that job.
And here we go. Timberwolves running again. From deep. And Muhammad gets it to go. Muhammad's got 5 points so far.
Add another triple to their second half total.
3 ball, 3 ball, 3 ball. That's what we're hearing in the second half.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Mike Conley, the point guard, keeps a very stoic disposition on the court. He said so much of the game is mental, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to be good at. Never let your opponent see that you're in duress. So if I make a big game-time bucket or if I miss a shot, you'll see the same mannerisms. I move on to the next play. A real poker face, Kevin.
I like that attitude, D.A. Thank you. Now, here is Hill. He has 6. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dang. Count it. 14 points for him. And with Fizdale, a bright young coach, you're getting a coach who has been a part of multiple championships in Miami. That is why the Grizzlies went out and sought his leadership.
Well, a lot of former players vouch for David Fizdale. He is a coach that relates very well with players, and he developed players. I think he's going to be a fantastic fit for the Grizzlies.
Here's Muhammad. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Ennis. And Green now, top of the key. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Hill. All alone. And Hill throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Conley gets the bucket.
Oh boy, when Conley's hot, you need to keep getting him the ball.
And Rubio kicks to Rush. Now the dish to Hill. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Rubio, the pass to Hill. He feeds it to Jang. Off the left rim and out.
He had all the room he needed to get the shot off. Just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Again, Memphis. So it's Minnesota now. Rush dishes to Rubio. He kicks to Hill. Takes it off the glass. Hill's got 4 this quarter.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Well, that's how you bury an opponent when they're struggling. Don't ease up. Just keep going hard.
Now here's Conley. 14 points for him. Here's Ennis. No good with the triple.
No defensive pressure. That's a 3-point attempt he loved to have back.
And Rush kicks to Hill. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hill's got 12.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
They get a hand on it. And now running up the court, Rush pushing it all the way. Here's Muhammad. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 5 here tonight. Conley, the pass to Wright. Carter outside. He dishes it to Ennis. And Ennis slams it in.
He knows his teammate loves to shoot from that spot on the floor and get him the ball exactly there.
Minnesota's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Rubio outside. The pass to Hill. Takes the 13-footer, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Well, he's doing what keeps them ahead, and he's been doing it all quarter, respecting the hot streak.
Now here's Ennis. Muhammad covering. Outside Conley. That 3 off the mark.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
And Rubio kicks to Rush. The feed to Hill. Lets it fly from 18. And it's Rubio, that time on the assist by Hill. 9 points for Ricky Rubio.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Better body movement, better ball movement, and taking some smart shots.
And Brandon Rush hits the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Mike Conley.
13 foul. Substitution for the Grizzlies. Troy Daniels.
There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Wright. Up and in on the layup. Wright's got his second bucket of the night.
Inside is where Wright feels at home. Love his length and soft touch.
Muhammad dishes to Rubio. Rush outside. That shot off the mark. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Minnesota on top, running away with this one. And when we return, we'll get the Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Grizzlies shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. We've got Green. Ennis out there with Davis. And it's Daniels in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And so many players in the NBA, Smitty, are passionate about giving back to their communities, lending a helping hand to that next person to help them reach their dreams. And I know it's a cause that's close to your heart. So why is this so important to players like yourself?
Well, it's so important, Kevin, because I think in all walks of life, there's somebody that's helped you. And I had the opportunity to get a chance to help others. And I learned this from my parents, especially my mom. She was the foundation of our family and the community.
And I know one of the big contributions you made is back to your university up in East Lansing, Michigan State, with a huge donation that they are very thankful for.
Yeah, just the synergy I had with Michigan State, also my high school, being able to give back, and especially providing a scholarship for kids to get a chance to have a scholarship to attend Michigan State University.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Payne. The shot, no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Kicks to Ennis, the 3. Muhammad grabs the board. It's been all Timberwolves. Rush the pass to Rubio, and it's in there.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Rubio comes with the double team, and it's Davis missing. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Martin's checked in, and the Timberwolves also making a change. Garnett's checked in. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And Muhammad kicks to Garnett. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Baldwin the pass to Daniels. Martin up top. Davis sets a screen. Up off the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And Jerrell Martin, the 25th overall pick in the 2015 draft out of LSU. He was a country kid growing up in Louisiana.
Well, he started basketball late. He ran track and field. He played football. And it wasn't until his junior year in high school that the basketball coach brought him in. A quick study, and you can see the results right now. So he still has some time to improve.
And Muhammad kicks to Rubio. Steve, as a player, how often did you go into a situation knowing that you might get a technical foul called on you for saying something to a ref?
You know, a lot of times, Kevin, I went into a referee understanding the game and saying, hey, the momentum right now needs to slow down. Sometimes I get a tech because you have some outbursts, but sometimes I tell the referee, I need a tech right now. Just give me one. Without even really saying anything wrong.
And would they give it to you?
Yeah, sometimes. If not, then I'll just say a few choice words, and then you'll get one.
Good. Tell me that when we get off the air, okay? Thanks. Here's Baldwin. Shot on the wing, and it's Martin missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Payne, and Davis sends it back. Shot by Ennis, nobody around, tipped away, and it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. Got a piece of it. Muhammad with the steal, and here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Payne kicks to Muhammad. Payne dishes to Muhammad. And it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the free throw, no good. Steve, we're seeing less and less isolation offense these days. In your experience, who is tougher to guard? An isolation scorer or a guy who's playing off the ball and running you through a bunch of screens?
The one thing about a guy running off screens, Kevin, at the end I can say, oh, I'm a little tired, I'm behind the play. Hey, switch. So I think for me, guarding a guy,
you've got him.
Isolation plays, you're on that island by yourself, you're looking around. The ISO play is the one that's harder individually.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And that one misses. And the Grizzlies with one of the most established team identities in league history. We think of the Showtime Lakers, the bad boy Pistons. For the Grizzlies, they had that great call sign. It's grit and grind, and so true.
Tony Allen coined the phrase way back in 2011. It comes to define this team's brand and its style of play. Toughness and heart. They have that lunch pail mentality.
Garnett against Martin. Garnett the pass to Payne. 6 on the shot clock. Martin against Garnett. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner.
Pass to Baldwin. Memphis moving that ball around. And Davis puts it in. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Muhammad. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
So much sharper, so much more efficient with this shot this half. Just taking what the defense allows.
And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Poke loose. Muhammad with the steal. The pull-up. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Passes to Ennis. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Here's Baldwin. There's a screen. Shot off the screen. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Garnett kicks to Rush. Back to Garnett. Lets it fly. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on those second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Rush dishes to Payne. Parried from 15 feet out.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
The mid-range jump shot, he's so comfortable. He's got such a great feel from that distance.
And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. Minnesota making a switch here. Pekovic is checked in. On defense, Minnesota. Pass to Baldwin. Davis sets a screen. Dishes to Daniels.
Come on, shoot!
6 to shoot. There's the pass to Baldwin. Poked away. From downtown. Sinks the three-pointer.
The defense totally blew it. They left him way too wide open, and he dropped that one with ease.
Rubio, the pass to Rush. Rubio outside. And Rush kicks to Pekovic. Rubio outside. Here's Garnett. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 8 points for Garnett.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Feeds to Ennis. Davis has the open look. Rubio with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Muhammad gets it to go.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Davis, the pass to Baldwin. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
I love how efficient he is shooting the basketball. Unfortunately, that's not translating into a lead for this team.
And Rubio kicks to Rush. And another 3 for Minnesota. Memphis has gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Davis sets a screen. Martin against Pekovic. Just 5 on the clock. Martin, the pass to Baldwin. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Rush. Inside. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Rush. Rush has got his 8th assist in the game.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Rubio dishes to Muhammad. And another 3 for Minnesota.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Green, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Minnesota also with the sub. Hill, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Now here's Muhammad. D right on him from 10 feet out. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
He has buried every good look today, and I think down the stretch, he'll be huge as well.
Fires the 3, and again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
He was just way too open there. Of course, he's going to make the defense pay for letting him shoot from there.
The drive by Rubio. The kick out to Hill. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And that's 17 points for Hill.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
It has taken them a while to find their range, but in the most important quarter, the fourth, they found it.
And it's time for an injury report.
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it and better than ever.
And I'm sure his teammates want to see him come back very, very soon.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
They have a huge advantage in fast break points today. Reason why they have guys who want to get out and run.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this four-game season series. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Karl Anthony Towns.
You can see he's a one-of-a-kind talent when he puts on a performance like this. He influenced every area of this game. On defense, he was a thorn in their side all night. On offense, he was a weapon. That's getting the job done.
Well, we've always known that height gives an advantage in basketball. A lot of teams now are concerned about things that we've never really talked about before. The length of hands, your arm span, your wingspan. That plays a role now with a lot of these teams and how they draft, how they make a roster.
Yeah, totally, Kevin, because on the defensive end, you have a lot of these guys that can switch. I remember playing against Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. They were so long out front. It helps and makes a difference.
But your arm span is long. That had to play a role.
Not bad.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, not bad.
Yes, that goes in. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Muhammad. He's covered by Daniels. The leaner. And there's Muhammad. That's good on the assist by Rush. 32 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
I mean, the game is in hand, but they're still running their offense, and they're just plain and simple, still making shots.
Kicks it out to Garnett for three. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Here's Baldwin. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Ricky. You've played in a lot of big games, but what does it mean to you to make a big contribution tonight?
Yeah, it means something. It means that we win. But, I mean, of course, I'm happy. But the most important thing is that we play as a team. We did it today, and we make shots.
Great performance all around, Ricky. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kev Kevington. And now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. Took the second half of this game by storm. Time and time again, he came up with huge plays for his team.
His whole game tonight operating on another level, Ernie. And he wasn't just allowed to do whatever he wanted to do. He earned it. That's where the pride kicked in.
As good as he was tonight, he had those fans thinking, who is this guy? Who he played for? This guy came off the bench on the road and proceeds to tear them apart. A coach never counts on that kind of contribution from the bench, but he loves it when he gets it. You sure this guy needs to be coming off the bench, coach?
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.
И Геральт не особо устает. А вот здесь, как вы можете заметить, чем больше мы прыгаем,